Okay, we have got one more story to share, what this technology is doing for people. Michelle, we're going to go to, we're back to Perth. We're zigzagging across Australia tonight. So we're going back to the western coast, Perth. Michelle, tell us a little bit about your sea experience.
Sure. So for the last 30 plus years since I was a child, I've had reoccurring health challenges, and it's spread through wrists and hands, feet, knees, ankles. A lot of inflammation, excessive discomfort, and joint mobility issues, along with extreme tiredness, pins and needles, and numbness. One day I'll be fine, the next day I might not be able to move a joint. I've undergone so many different doctors, therapies, specialists. They've tried to look to see what was wrong, and no one really knew. The different treatments is range from being in a wheelchair, I've had crutches, I've had operations, I've had splints and casts made to force my joints into certain positions, but nothing really worked. I've also tried alternative therapies, chiro, kinesiology, acupuncture, you name it, the works. And as a child, that kind of wrecked me. It's quite difficult, and kids can be pretty cruel, especially when you're kind of different and having an issue. So emotionally, I wasn't particularly equipped to deal with that, so I was in quite dark and sad places, and that went on throughout my life. Fast forward to about a year ago, a really good friend of mine introduced me to Redox and asked me to come to a presentation. I kind of rolled my eyes, yeah, heard it all before, bit of a skeptic, but I've always had one eye open, hoping for this miracle. I went along to a presentation, not too dissimilar to what you're doing today, Allan, and the science was compelling, but I wasn't quite convinced until we started using the gel. So at this point, my arm was the issue. Quite a lot of discomfort, couldn't even lift a glass of water. We tried the gel 3 and 5 minutes, and within 10 minutes, that discomfort just dissipated. I was really, really shocked. Couldn't quite believe it. It came back, but I know that was the only thing that's ever really made a difference in the last 3 to 6 months of that particular issue. I took the product, started drinking it, using the gel. Within the first 3 or 4 weeks, that dark cloud kind of lifted. The light bulbs started switching on, and I actually wanted to get out of bed and do things. I got a bit frustrated within the next few months because the discomfort levels weren't changing as quickly as I'd like to, but that was my wish. So I carried on taking the product. Within about 4 to 5 months, I remember really in the shower one day washing my hair, and I was like, my arm, the discomfort was gone, and that's that point that changed my life. I don't really remember how it used to be anymore. Sorry.
I really appreciate it. You're getting me a little choked up here, Michelle. So.
Sorry. But no, I'm so incredibly grateful for this product. It's changed my life. I'm not that person anymore, so thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Michelle, thank you. Thank you for sharing your incredible story, something that haunted you for 30 years since your time in school. And I think sometimes we use the term life-changing a little bit to, we find a new flavor of coffee and it's life-changing. No, it's a new flavor of coffee. What I want the listeners to understand here tonight, guys, is we have a technology that truly has the potential to be life-changing for people. And you've just heard some great stories here from our friends in Australia. So, Michelle, thank you very much for sharing tonight.